All right, welcome back to the One Bar and Lepage Show. I am One Bar on this Sunday where there is no Minnesota Vikings going on. We were officially on bye. Might be a good thing, won't be breaking our hearts this week, but there's still definitely some stuff to talk about. Before we get into that, remember, subscribe to the One Bar and Lepage Show. We just broke 1,600 subscribers. Yes! And like the videos, we're here every damn day talking Minnesota Vikings. In this episode, we're going to be talking about 5 things to be looking out for after the bye week. And moving forward, we still got 10 games in this season. It doesn't seem like it seems like the season has been longer than shit, but yes, we still have 10 games. We're talking about 5 things to look forward to. Number 1, Yannick Ngakoue, Gonzo. He is officially a Raven. Don't even want to talk about that anymore. But what does that mean? That means it is DJ Wanham time. I fully expect a big old helping of DJ Wanham over these next 10 games. Let's see what we got in this guy. He's been out there limited. He's got 1 sack, but he's been up in the quarterback's face a couple times. There's a reason to get excited about Wanham. When he was drafted, myself included, was just kind of like, that seems like a reach. Well, let's see what we got. Right now, our defensive ends are Odenabo, DJ Wanham, Jalen Holmes, and Eddie Yarbrough. So there's no reason to throw Jalen Holmes out there. Let's put Wanham out there. Let's see what he's got. It's going to happen. And I don't think it's crazy to think that DJ Wanham won't end with 5+ sacks on the year. And we'll get to see if we should be excited about a possible DJ Wanham, Danielle Hunter combo next year. No, it is not the Yannick Ngakoue, Danielle Hunter combo, but it could still be pretty good. We know Wanham is very raw. We know he's got the ability to get to the quarterback. Let's see what he's got, and we will see that. No doubt about it. More so just because there's really not many other options we can put at defensive end. Number two thing to expect, and this one would obviously have to happen pretty damn quick. Trade deadline is November 3rd, but I fully expect at least one more trade from the Vikings. We know there's been reports that people are calling the Vikings for Rudolph. They're talking about Reef. They're talking about Harris. Geez, I mean, they even mentioned Pat Elflein. You kidding me? Could you imagine if we could get some sort of return for Pat Elflein? I don't care if it's a conditional 2047 7th-round pick. You take that and you take it in a second. But I expect another trade to happen, and the one that sticks out to me and probably everybody is Rudolph. That one makes the most sense. The thing that people might get a little pissed off about is the compensation for him probably isn't going to be much. We hold him to a high standard. He's been a fantastic Viking on and off the field, but he's a point in his career where, maybe we get a 6th or 7th round pick for him. There's teams that need tight ends out there. There's not a huge reason to keep him. So I expect Rudolph to be a guy, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was multiple trades still by the Vikings. There's teams that need a Riley Reef. Look at the Titans. There's teams that need an Anthony Harris. Look at the Browns. That one just makes too much damn sense. Anthony Harris would have to be some good compensation in return, but be on the lookout for another trade. That I'd be baffled if there wasn't another trade. They're just looking to get rid of some of these guys and sell. Number three, third thing to look out for as far as after the bye, and that's just a heavy dose of some mid-round rookies. The Vikings have been pretty slow at getting guys like James Lynch, Harrison Hand, getting those guys out on the field. Well, at this point, there's no reason to be slow anymore. Let's see what we got. They need to get these guys out on the field to see if they want them to be a part of their rebuild mode. They're not admitting they're rebuilding, but these guys could be a part of it. And Harrison Hand was out there last week, and he didn't look horrible. Let's get more of them out there. Let's see what we got. We know we're not going to be winning a ton of games. Let's go down at least getting some knowledge of what we got from these guys. Same with James Lynch. I already mentioned DJ Wanham. KJ Osborne could be one. Pulling guys up from the practice squad isn't completely out of the question either. We're going to see some faces out there that we haven't seen a lot of, and it makes sense. Number 4, this kind of goes along with the third one I just mentioned, is don't be surprised to see some of these veterans that we've seen a lot of kind of fade off. And by fade off, I mean fading off because some of these younger guys are going to go ahead of them. Jaleel Johnson's a good example. We needed him out there. We figured he would be a part of the Vikings making a run for a playoff spot. Well, that's not happening. Jaleel Johnson probably isn't in the Vikings' long-term plans, so there's not a huge point to play a guy like that. Same with like a Shamar Stephan. Same with a guy, maybe even a Dakota Dozier. They start shuffling up the offensive line, throwing in an Ole Udo, somebody like that, where these vets, not that they're going to get cut by any means, but they're just going to take a little bit of a back seat because we know what they have to offer. We don't know what some of these other guys have to offer. And number 5, And on a good note here, I just expect the corners, while they'll still have a little bit of a rocky road being young, expect them to continue to get better. This will be one position, one thing the Vikings in a kind of a lost season will be excited about, because they are no doubt going to be part of this rebuild. They are a huge part of it. Danzler, Gladney, and like I said, Harrison Hand. This will be something. It'll be fun to watch. They're gritty. I love it. They're going to get better next year. They're even going to be better. So fully expect that. And I'm going to throw in a 6, or I'll throw a 5B. Expect Kirk Cousins to finish the season at quarterback. I mean, people don't want to hear that. There's a lot of people that are not fans of Kirk Cousins one damn bit. But at this point, they're not going to throw a Nate Stanley out there. There's no point in throwing a Sean Mannion out there. Kirk Cousins is going to be our guy, barring an injury, and we're going to go down swinging with Kirk Cousins. There's no other options. If we had a youngster on the team, great. If they were to make a weird trade before the deadline, or also we bring in a Dwayne Haskins or something like that, which I don't expect at all, that's the only way that they could try something else. But Kirk Cousins will be our guy for the rest of the season, and we just have to drink our beer and deal with it. So those are 5 things that I expect to see from the Vikings after the bye. Let me know down in the comments, what do you expect? Anything I missed on, or anything you think I am just batshit crazy on? Let us know. Remember, subscribe to the channel, like the videos. We will be back very, very soon.